Hello and welcome to Bay 1, this is Jafalmaraxi and we're just about to start doing a live stream of the crab completion. If anyone didn't see the live stream from last night, I started building the shell of a crab, didn't go very far because I ran out of money, but I've made a little bit more progress this morning, so I wanted to give you an update. Oh, let's turn off that sound in the background there, okay. So yes, where are we? Let's get into Robocraft. And I've made a lot of progress in terms of actually making the design move around and stuff like that. Ended up deciding to go with hover blades for propulsion. Mostly because they can lift or move a lot of mass with relatively few of them. So when we actually get in here, we'll take a look and see where we are. Yay, more friends. I have no idea who these people are, but I just accept them all anyway. No, I don't want to join a platoon. What am I doing? Hold on. I need to get on Teamspeak and say hi and all that stuff.
Connected to the server. You switched to channel The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen on the server.
What's happening?
Hey there.
Hopefully I won't DC.
Alright, yeah, I'll just... What tier are you playing? Are you playing tier 10?
Yes.
I'm working on a tier 7 crab. I'll just take it into a match with you just so you can see what it's like.
I have an 8.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll only play the one game.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to play anymore?
Not beyond that, no, because I've got to actually finish this design off.
What is it?
It's a crab.
Oh, yeah.
So, for anyone watching, this is where, that's just a bunch to put some weight on this side. I need to actually finish those legs off. But you can see where I've actually created the legs. Got the front pincer here, which this is the new version, that's the old version. Let's battle up, and there's actually 4 tier 7 hover blades in the design.
Oh, that's nice. I see you. Yes, it is. Wow. It's a rock crab. What's up, Veggie?
Yeah, it needs a lot more work on it, but yeah.
That's neat, man. What is that thing on the side there?
That's where I haven't finished those legs, that's just counterweight while I was testing.
Oh, I see. Sweet. What the fuck's hitting me?
Yeah, last match, I saw my first, I don't even know, combination auto aim, perfect accuracy hack. I watched someone in front of me just light up into collision, like like the little collision mark thing, like 10 times a second with no beams, like you can see the actual projectiles, and it was from one of the driving, and just like 10 times a second, little explosions. Watched the bot die. As soon as it exploded, that attack started on me, and I bailed to a corner, where that he didn't have direct line of sight on me, and it stopped. But yeah, it was weird.
Okay, well, that was the test outing for the crab, so as you can tell, I need a lot more work on that.
Yeah, but I like it. It looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, I will leave the platoon and finish this up, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more combat capable in, about half an hour or so.
I already booted you so I can get it to a tier 10 ranks, but I missed it.
I see how it is,
Question.
I gotta get my score up. I've been DCing a lot and it's been cutting my fucking score down.
Yeah, no, right? That's totally lame. I was DCing today.
What was the question?
Oh, what did I ask? Oh, are y'all still having any problems with platoons?
No?
So platoons have been behaving perfectly well now?
I actually haven't been
So,
DCing in a platoon.
you can see what I've done with hoverblades. These actually were causing some problems on the control. These are lower tier hoverblades. I can take those out. But yeah, you can see the rear hoverblade here. These are all tier 8s, tier 7s, tier 8s. I think they're tier 7s. And I've got an extra one on the front here, so there's currently 5 in here. I need to work out how to get an extra blade on the back. I'll probably move this inside actually, so there'll be like...
And 2 people so far seems to be
that.
The sweet spot for platoons.
Then of course you've got the pilot seat on a little mount. The block that's actually directly under the seat,
sometimes platoons
the normal red block, and there's a block which is underneath here. That's actually a prism,
you don't get passed over anymore?
so it's not transmitting damage directly up.
Got into a match really easy.
And of course, yeah, that front hoverblade there is working as a mount, but it needs to be that far forward to support the claws. But yeah, it's doing pretty good so far.
One thing that really helped him to get into, well platooned, is everyone queue up exactly at the same time, do a 3-2-1 queue, and you jump in really easy. I don't know if that has something to do with like someone that's queued up earlier is getting bumped to the back of the queue. I don't know. There's just some kind of, it may be just circumstantial and kind of confirmation bias.
I don't know, but I really need to get into a team with somebody because I don't want to fucking DC and have my score go any lower than it is because of a fucking disconnect. Bullshit. This is the only thing that has pissed me off about this game so far. And I'm not ever pissed about anything except for this. My score should be much, much higher than it is.
Yeah, I sympathise with you on the score issue. I know Tabir and Mushroom, I don't think he can even play properly at the moment.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. Been happening to Doggets too.
And I'm out of blocks again.
Yeah, part of it is that the network code is just too sensitive to any network connectivity issues. So if it like looks like if it just drops a single packet, you're done. GG, you're booted out of the game. There's no way.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't try to recover from that. Which a single drop packet isn't really bad, too terrible. There's a way to mitigate that.
It'll be all right if we wouldn't get penalized for it.
Yeah, well, but then you get problem is if you don't penalize for it, then you get people that every time a ranked game goes bad, they yank the network cord out of their computer.
So the rest of us got to suffer.
Well,
yep.
Yeah, I mean every game
that has disconnected from the server
ranking has to penalize disconnects. I mean, it's like, you know, League of Legends, Dota. Guess what? If you disconnect out of a game, you lose rating for it. Like, yeah, it sucks, but you know, it's unfortunately the reality. You know, you have to do because people exploit it.
Yeah, there's no good solution that fixes the entire issue. And it also doesn't help they're using a third-party service for a lot of these things, so there's only a limited amount of control FreeJam have over what can be done with that.
They need to build a legit DC detector.
There's no way you can detect legit and well, I mean, really, they just need to add redundancy in the network code so that legit DCs where you just drop a few packets, a big deal. You your client, you know, they're still simulating you on the server side, so people will still see you moving in whatever direction you happen to be moving.
That's right.
They can still shoot you, and then once your client is able to grab connection again, you just catch up to the simulation.
And then you can still shoot them too.
Well,
no, you get people abusing that.
Yeah, you can't do that because here's the problem is they can be moving and getting out, but since you're disconnected, you're not getting updates. So your hits while you are personally disconnected from the simulation cannot count.
But I killed, I think it was Nanner at one point in a game where I was disconnected and he could see me moving and I killed him.
Well, I'm saying the difference between should be and can be. You may be able to do that now, but you shouldn't be able to do that now, because, well, I don't know. You may be able to. The part of it is that they're doing a lot of the physics on the client side, which is silly and allows for other abuses. Perhaps, well, yeah, I don't know. It's really hard for them to. It's when you're disconnected from the client, you shouldn't be able to add inputs to the simulation.
Yeah, they need to actually get the real disconnect side of things. They need to get that code a little bit more better and more intelligent. And not just have a situation where you're not really disconnected, you just think you are, but you can still move around, hit people and stuff like that. They need to improve the code on that side of things, certainly.
Yeah, well, that's something I've noticed is that, well, yeah, I mean, well, when you drive around and shoot, I wonder how much of that is actually impacting the simulation. It's fun to reverse engineer the total robo ranking per tier or whatever. I do it by, I have an empty garage and I start at the highest tier blocks and I place as many until it bumps me up to the next tier, delete one, go, you know, drop one level in blocks, and I just keep filling them in until a white block bumps me into the next tier. And that gets you within 0.5 of the actual value is.
Yep.
I need to... There you go, so that's one of the legs, and there's no hollow construction on that, and I need to... Well, I can't really do anything on the weight management side of things for that, that's just what it is. So, how many blocks am I away from being able to complete? Okay, I've just got to really do this leg and redo the front pincer. And then we have an almost completed design, although I still need to fill in the gaps. Okay, so let's get back to copying this side. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some work on improving a lot of these aspects. So, okay.
I'll be back.
Grab some of these blocks.
Okay, what they can do is, to easily fix it, is if whether you legitly DC or not, your ranking shouldn't go up or down either way. It should stay exactly where it was, as if you've never joined the game.
But the problem is, okay, I did this one game and I got 4.1 million score. Every game that I don't end up getting 4 kills, I pull the network card, network cable out of my computer, and I can I just keep doing that. It won't ever hurt my score again. I can keep a really, really high rank score.
You could do that, just by not playing.
That's absolutely true.
So what's the difference? At least people that, DC legitly won't fucking go down, and they can actually go up when they can successfully play, and surpass the people that only play once.
The difference is, imagine someone that's, okay, just not playing, and the only time they log on their tier 10 account is to make sure they refresh their 30-day score, and every time they do that, they're using the pull the plug method. Then they're basically, it's an easy way for them to abuse it.
Yes, but we can surpass them, and they'll just stay there perpetually.
No, you can't.
Someone that pulls the cable in every game that they don't get 5 kills. It's impossible
for you. If they stay at 4 million, you can make 4 million 1, 4 million 2, and they'll just stay at 4 million.
No, because they will select which games they want to keep their score for.
Yeah. You cannot. You as a player, it doesn't matter how amazing of a player you are. You're gonna have bad games. You're gonna have teammates that just turn out sucky. You're gonna go against wonder frickin' platoons, and you're not going to be able to maintain that score. I mean, period. I mean, I guarantee that a large number of the people on this list are better than I am. But I played one game. I had a great run, got a few kills and a few assists, and I never played a game again. And y'all aren't gonna pass my score. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had a good game initially on one of my, when the thing first came out, and my score was, it was like the high 4 million, like 4.8 million or something like that at the end of it. I didn't log in for a few days, and I came back in, and I was still number 2 on the list because I just wasn't doing anything. And now I could have easily abused the system to, maintain that score if I wanted to, but I didn't. I've been playing normally. Now I'm hanging around 2.8, but...
We can beat your score, if I can just stop fucking DCing.
Well, no one on the list has been able to beat a single, someone that can selectively only have wins in their total score, aka my score right now.
Yeah, and who is Nachoki Nut 8? Anyone know that person?
Who?
Nachoki Nut? Yeah. He's on tier 7 and shows a score of 89 million at tier 7.
So his would be a case of probably the assist glitch / exploit. I've seen someone get like 1 billion assists that boosted their score artificially.
Okay. Well, that's probably where they need to just go and clear the ranking list, and whenever a glitch like that is cleared, so that, you know, it gets restored and made fair. Although on the other side of things, it will definitely give FreeJam an easy way to monitor people that have a higher than average score, to say, okay, look, maybe we need to look at this person, find out what they're doing.
But I mean, they should be recording that and having that information server side. I don't know if they actually are or not.
By the way, Deadeye's beating you by a lot.
Who?
KL Deadeye.
Who is that?
Buddy of mine on here. He's got 4.6. He only played one game, I bet.
Yeah, yeah, he played one game, exactly.
But it can be beaten.
Well, yeah, duh. I already clearly said that I'm not the best player. So one other person played one match, selectively, you know, won, and they have a better score. Yeah, duh, of course. But anyone that will, you know, plays multiple games, plays 10, 20, 30, 40 games, on average, they're gonna lose some of that. And your average is not going to be 4.1 or 4.6 million, which is the, you know, top. You know, there are obviously games that turn out better, but for the most part, that is the top edge of a great win.
You still shouldn't have to lose for a DC.
No, what should happen is that the network code should handle reconnects to a game. So as long as you can get back in the game,
yes,
before the end of the match, then, I mean, still, I mean, if you're in the middle of a battle and you DC, you're probably just going to get shot down and die, that's okay. But it's just losing straight outright because you had a little connection flutter. Of course, yeah, that shouldn't happen.
No, I have a better idea. Clearly, if people could see you moving around and firing and shooting within the game, then clearly you didn't just pull the plug. Clearly you DC'd, and the game should recognize that. If you pull the plug, you can't move around and fire, now can you?
No, if you're moving and firing on your client side, they don't see that.
Well, everybody else does.
Well, if they see you, then you haven't DC'd. I don't see how you're losing the game.
I know I DC because I'm moving around, but everybody else is just standing still in spot where I last saw them moving. I can move all the way to the enemy's base and they're all standing still too.
Yeah.
And that's how I can go and shoot them and kill them.
But can others see you and shoot at you and do damage to you?
I
think Drafel has seen me moving around when I DC'd.
I've seen you being able to move around sometime. It's weird. Yeah, it's a specific issue.
Definitely weird.
Basically, he permanently loses sync with the server, so that, yeah, he can move around and stuff, but he can't see anything on his screen. But everyone is frozen, so everyone is just sitting in place. So providing he can get to them and shoot them, then he's just going to kill them. But it also means that people could shoot his bot, and he's not going to get any status updates on damage to his bot. So he can keep moving around after he's dead. So that's where it becomes abusive.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know there was outgoing patches.
Okay, so almost done with this claw here. And out of blocks again. Will I even have enough to actually complete this? That's a really good question. And let's just check to see if there's any comments. Nope, not at the moment. Okay.
Well, at least I'm going up now again.
Yeah, it only records the last 15 games worth of data anyway, so just over time, providing you can keep a stable connection, you can make it up. No.
So that is one thing about, you disconnect, yeah, that's gonna hurt your store for your next 15 games. Which is, whatever, that's an hour of play, basically. You can play another hour and then drop those scores. So it's one thing, as you play more, the disconnects that you had 15 games ago start dropping off of your store.
Well, I guess that's good.
So it's not a permanent loss. I suppose alternative to some other competitive games that your store
Shouldn't be a loss to begin with, though.
Illuminate joined the server.
Okay, out of box again.
Cable is the problem. We don't have cable here.
What can I do for finishing this up? I certainly need to work out if I can better armor this section. Actually, no, that's the wrong kind of block that I'm using there. Where are we? Okay, let's restore that back. Don't have any more of these left, do I? Nope. May just have to use a couple of these here. Yeah, I don't have enough of those blocks. Let's armor the bottom up a little bit more as well. That is a prism. Do I have any prisms? Yeah. Anchor that to the back.
Illuminate switched channel to AA Patriot on the server.
Okay. On there. Do for a little bit of reinforcement there. Where next? I don't have any of those spares, so let's see what I can do to finish up the top of the shell here. Grab some of these. Same thing on this side. For some reason that block's got dismounted. Okay, I'll see what's happened there. There we go. And I'll adjust these in terms of colouring and stuff when I get different more RP, so that I can actually invest in getting those sorted out. And I can't get in that side, I have to go in through one of the holes here. So what was I doing? Okay. Alright, yeah. So we want to put a couple of these blocks in. Now I'm doing that on these particular ones. I don't know why. Just because I can. Actually, I don't want to be using these red blocks here. I should be using yellows to flesh that out. That's probably as far as I'm going to go in terms of yeah, actually committing to those. I can use some of these on the top here as well, just for the visual side. They don't actually add any real structural integrity, but it looks good. That one then there. So it's starting to look a lot more crab-like now. I just have to finish off this pincer. Finish doing some more patterning on the underside here. Fill in the gap on the back. No platoons at the moment. And yeah, it shouldn't be that far from being completed. Let's just run into test just to see how it's working. Okay, with the modified hover blades on the rear, it's actually a lot more stable. And the configuration on the front, it still wobbles quite a lot. Okay, so let's actually run into a couple of games and do some testing with this just to see how it actually functions. I might actually see if I can fit some light speed.
Switch channel to Zaycon on the server.
Okay, that was a bit weird. Might actually see if I can fit some lights behind the eyes there just to special effects. I don't know, I like lights. So there's the eyes.
Teamspeak has been renamed.
Okay, yeah, that's not going to work because those are actual structural blocks, maybe. Or maybe not. No, it's connected on... No, it's not going to work because... actually, what happens? Does that look bad? Or does that look more eye-like? We'll do that, that'll work. Did I free up enough blocks to be able to get close to finishing this claw? Maybe.
Hey, a T10 bot is 1.72 million robo rating. In case you're ever wondering.
What, killing a T10 or...
The total robo rating you can put on a... well, before you jump into T10. Minimum robo rating.
Okay, that's cool.
There's no way to know that except to reverse engineer it using an empty garage.
Yeah, that's true. Good work finding it out.
Took 9 plasmas and 3 T10 heliums and then a bunch of armor.
that doesn't need to be one of those. That can be swapped.
You were poked by RCAGNELL0.
Not sure if I want that to stay as that kind of block there. Let me... Okay, that will work.
They are CAGNELL0 switch. They are CAGNELL0 switch channel to World of Tanks on the server.
Guys, did our Cagnolo have access to the League channel?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, and Veggie's not here. Yeah, he just messaged me saying he forgot the password. I didn't know if he had access or not. Or was supposed to.
Do we really have a lot of people bother us?
Not really.
I kind of wonder, should we be sitting in a passworded channel?
Message sent.
But I mean, just encouraging new. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get really annoying people, and the best way is just go in the channel. But
I think he was in here before, so if Veggie needs to change the password, he can change it.
okay. Oh, I just noticed there's a Risk of Rain channel here. Have y'all played Risk of Rain?
Nope.
Oh, so good. It's a side-scroller 2D platformer, but your character is very, very little compared to the whole screen. And you run around and just slaughter enemies that eventually it gets too hard and you die.
Okay then.
It's interesting. And then, like, yeah, you get all these unlocks and drops, so your character
They are
gains in power.
CAGNELL0 join your channel. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen on the server.
What's up, Arctic now?
It's a long time I don't come here. A Trojan just fucked up my computer, and so after the endless swearing and trying to solve things up...
Okay, I'm gonna have to go
managed
AFK
get
for a
back to
second,
my
but I'm gonna
computer.
quickly run into practice, shoot a few
Yeah,
things and see how
right
long
now,
it takes for me to die after I've killed enough stuff.
So, how do you find yourself in a new patch?
Sucks.
On certain aspects, including the ray gun matter. Still, I think they made the right step in the wrong direction. If that makes any sense. No, I mean, the ideas are good, but they still have to refine certain aspects.
Yeah, I think let's set out weapons. Personally, I'd like to see some of the same, like apply the plasma to make it differentiate a little bit. I mean, I know it does have the tracking, but setting apart the different weapons to be very distinct
Message
from the roles,
received.
I think is good.
Oh, and by the way, I just made a post about the ray gun rebalance and my opinions on it. I think it's a fair discussion, so I wouldn't mind if you check it out.
So, I mean, kind of my main thing about plasmas, or not plasma,
Oh, it's a little bit slow.
is that they're really effective against people that are terrible.
Yeah.
If you sit a wheel attached to the block under your chair and a railgun shoots it, you're gonna have a bad time because you're going to instantly explode. But against someone that knows how to build a bot, railguns are literally useless. You can't
Especially if you got 1,511 CPU to build your bot. You just make a giant animal and your gun doesn't even scratch you very much.
Well, once people people start realizing that you can make a spaced chassis and then mount all of your hard points down to the chassis away from your chair, and then have an exoskeleton of armor around
Okay,
it,
I'm AFK for a few minutes, so have fun watching the AI kill me.
internally. That doing that, you know, I love having rail hits, you know, on the top of my bot. All it does is shut off some armor, and I still have all my guns, still have all my hovers, still are just as effective as ever. And it's like, yeah, congrats, it's just 2% my CPU.
The only difference is that he has the 20-second reload and you can rape him anytime.
Oh yeah. Well, especially now in the new system, like getting up close to rail. But you know, those kind of cannons, that's how it should be. Really, if I get up on top of a railgun, there's no way you should be able to.
The point is that it's too easy to do. I mean, the whole design of the railgun is wrong right now. Not because of the way of the railgun mechanic, but of the railgun tactic. You know what I mean? A sniper is designed to have a support role, and in doing a support role, it means that it does not expose himself to the fire. It does only when firing itself. So by giving the railgun 10-second time to fire all the 6 shots, completely demolishes all the fast and agile and realistic snipers out there.
Well, but the thing is, the machine gun sniper mechanic was it makes it impossible to balance. You know,
they are more effective than a railgun right now. Really?
No. I mean, railgun shooting off 6 shots in 200 milliseconds. That was. There's no way to balance 150,000 damage onto a point. That might be but still, previously. Oh yeah, now.
Single carrying 19,000 or almost 20,000.
Wow, I haven't seen a shot. Now I don't think it actually runs shot damage.
I mean, it's harder to and I like this feature because I found out that every single sniper position just aim, no time to leave, no leaving the shot or anything, just shoot. The point is that 2 seconds is too much.
Space switch channel to AA Redread on the server.
Yeah. I can idea. Low-tier regions were effective because the burst damage and the fact that the low tiers were so few CPU and so unexperienced that you could just...
Well, it was effective against people that didn't know how to
Exactly, and especially at low tiers when all robots are small.
Even then? Okay, so did you know that I created an alt account?
Oh yeah, you just
yeah, and I recorded. So I made an alternate account, started from the scratch with no premium, and I recorded everything. I've logged every single match. Now.
I don't hear you, man.
So now I know why he wants to do this.
Now I'm starting to hear you. Yeah.
Message received.
Alright, is it better now? Hello?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just setting up the push to talk design.
Yeah, it's I don't know what's wrong with my connection issue, but anyway, I've played 170 games. I've logged every single one of them. I've been killed by rails twice. I have tanked dozens, maybe 100 rail shots. But I know how to design a tank to ensure that
So
a
you
rail
didn't
cannot
die
kill
very
me.
often, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and this is not me taking 1511 CPU into low tiers, or like +3 weapons. This is me starting an account from scratch, and it's a it's kind of a motley little mobile, but
Oh.
it does the job.
Can I give you a link? It just contains the some screenshot about my sniper at tier 10.
Message received.
If you got enough time, you could even
Message received.
read some of it.
Yeah, that's the link to my current T5, and you can go through and click history and see the tank. Of all.
Okay, I'm back for a minute.
Ooh, it's beautiful.
It's a fun little hover.
Okay. Frame rate is suffering for no apparent reason.
So,
Let me just check the broadcast software.
I kind of evolved this design
It's
Okay.
not bad at
as I
all.
played.
It's beautiful.
It's still really. I mean, I'm still trying to get all my full set of T6 guns and stuff like that. But it's a step-by-step process when you're leveling the hard way without premium.
Yeah. Why? Sorry. What do you think about my design? It's kind of strange, but
It's a little bit sway.
I mean, it's the result of much studying and practicing and battles.
Yeah, frame rate's a little bit jagged at the moment. I may have to restart the stream in a minute, but at least the crab is mostly complete. They'll probably be ending this stream in a minute or two and restarting a new one. But we'll see.
And thrusters.
Yeah, to climb walls and to stick into walls and to have more grip on the ground while I need to stay stable while firing. That's the main reason.
Here, let me link. Here's mine.
Yeah,
Going back up to 10.
Yeah. And I regret all of it.
Message received.
Yeah, that's my sniper. It's only using red blocks. It's just using extra blocks.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Woo. So it's rocket sled or does it have wheels? No, it has wheels.
Yeah,
And it flies.
it is. Yes, it's capable, almost capable of vertical
so there's
flight.
a plasma or
But
something
it
over
can
there.
certainly gain altitude at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah. Until they nerf the goddamn ailerons lift. You're
The
not gonna
rudders
be able
are
to do
sweet.
it. Oh my god. Yeah, they are. I mean, the point about rudders is that you can compensate the fact that they do not have enough lift by having a fucked up.
Well, I will survive, and my team wins, so
and
that's not a bad
using
outing.
Low tier armor. That's the point. I mean,
I mean,
You
it needs a lot more work, but it's not a bad outing.
Rudder only.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to be AFK for another couple of minutes.
It's very expensive because even though you shouldn't have enough lift, you fly in it. That's the same concept as the flying rate, but you added 4 rudders to decrease the number of thrusters you can use.
Alright, so
It is
I got my
I will try it out, this kind of design,
doctor on.
because wings are
Alright,
too much
so
drag.
cancer. But
I'm gonna design something like this, like having wheels and thrusters and rudders instead of hovers, wings, and thrusters and wheel, whatever. that the link I gave you. It's getting confusing. Sorry. Still, if we've been talking a few minutes ago about the European ray guns, you can also write it on the forum. So the
I've given up on the forums.
yeah, come on,
Waste of time.
It's
It's
not
a cesspool.
totally true.
Cesspool full of whiners.
Well, I can tell you that the developers have started to discern the whining from the actual good feedback.
I haven't seen any good feedback on the forum.
Aw, come on, read my post then.
No one is willing to support their assertions with data.
I do. I did the screenshots.
You're the second post on the forum that I've seen support it with data. The first one was mine. Same reason, they just whine and scream on,
OP,
their
OP, OP, yeah.
Yeah, it's all confirmation bias. It's like, I died once to a +3 plasma. And it's like, well, yeah, and you died 10 times to +1 SMGs, but I guess you forgot that part.
Kind of
Yep.
get self-centered after
well,
a point.
They're screaming that railguns are OP, and you know what the problem is? It's their inability to build a bot. That's the problem. Although there's a separate issue. There's a separate issue that weapons do too much damage compared to armor. That applies to all weapon systems. It's not a rail thing, but it's kind of accentuated by rails due to their large alpha. Right now in leveling, plasmas are ridiculous.
One-shotting all over.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I have a bot that's kind of made to take plasma hits and it just dissipates to my outer chassis, but nonetheless, I've had a plasma that was going with me, and I did like 2 or 3 shots with an SMG, and then he'd one-shot the whole craft with a volley of plasma. Next guy, I did 2 or 3 shots, he one-shots him with plasma, and it's literally happened 6 consecutive times in a single battle, in a row, and I'm just like, what? I'm not even getting assist here because I can't do 25% damage on these things.
I suggest you to consider the option of being more active on the forums, because it is right that it's mainly all bitching and everything, but even though you are only one individual, you can make a difference by making some useful posts or feedback yourself, or being a moderator.
I prefer the Reddit, and the mods use the Reddit anyway, so...
Yeah, I think that in 1 or 2 months I'm gonna be a moderator too. But I would love to be an invisible moderator. Like, I do not have the mod tag, but I still have moderator powers. Just to fuck with haters and cheaters and bitches.
I think Drodnir is actually a dev, right? He's not just a moderator.
It's a stealth. James Bond.
Yeah, Drodnir actually regularly looks at the subreddit, the Robocraft subreddit.
Oh. That's something to remember. Just kidding.
So much better there, because if someone whines, you can just downvote it and then tell them that they're whining and they need to get over it.
That's Steam. That's the point.
Well, but the problem is, and since I hate forums, because and there's no, okay, so you get someone whining in a thread. What is the response? Ignore it?
More whine, maybe.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if I post, all it's going to do is bump it back to the front, to the top of the front page. I can't post and be like, come on, you're whining. Here's the data that shows why you're just whining and your assertion is false, because all that does is make their whining more visible.
Yeah.
So I have no as a contributor to the forum.
Oh, sorry. And the thing in the end doesn't snowballs. You defeat a whiner, and then more whiners come to the post and think that you're saying is bullshit. And they whine. They also add their whine to the overall whining of the post, and they just drown your good opinions where they are shit ones. That happens everywhere, man. It's not only the post and the feedback, it's the politics, it's the thoughts, it's the religion. It's kind of a widespread
okay, I'm back in chat now.
thing.
No, so I'm just going to stick focusing on the subreddit.
Yeah.
Okay, should be able to hear me again now.
Oh, you're still playing your tens? Wanna get up in tune?
No, I was actually, I'm working on a issue.
Oh, alright. Anyone here playing tier 10s?
Like that's, I've been here for 5 minutes.
Yay!
I'm in a rank match now, though.
You're gonna kill everything I cannot. So yeah, it's beautiful.
As long as I don't DC, I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him on Monday.
I'm also working on new railgun designs. I have been studying some actual warfare reports from World War II and everything, and I made myself up an idea to create several railgun designs that solve an anti-air role, a heavy anti-air role, an all-round with a lot more DPS kind of railgun,
Is there a date
or
on
a
it?
heavy tank railgun, or
I'm curious. Well, with
Alright, I'll
the
come get it.
prominence of thruster slider interceptors,
The
is
girl,
the railgun really
girl
an
just
anti-air
messaged
platform
me
at all?
back.
Do you get
Yeah.
traction?
That's the point. I am writing about a single type of railgun that is called the
Red
fragmentation
veggie
railgun.
left your channel
That
and
is a
switch to
railgun
gaming
that
room
has
1 on the server.
short reload, like 6 seconds, and has a shell travel time and a shell drop time. And it's not a bullet type of weapon. It's like a shotgun, a medium-range shotgun that basically you fire at a certain distance, and from the
It's not so much
weapon,
that, I don't
it
think-
starts a cone of shots that are doing like 200% damage on thrusters and wings, but are doing like 75 minus less damage against armored cubes and weaponry. So that is an anti-air weapon that is designed to take down fast flyers at medium and short range. That would be a good solution to the problem. But still, I said that the gun depression was inexistent to that gun because you could use it also on tanks, and that shouldn't be allowed to. Then for the heavy bombers, I thought of
Need a flamethrower.
yeah, the flamethrower would be nice, but still sticking to the railgun topic, I decided to write about a heavier kind of anti-air railgun that is called the flak railgun. It's still shell. It has still the travel time and the drop distance, but it has a slower speed, but has more range and less shell drop. And it's basically an underpowered kind of plasma. It has like a 10-second reload, but explodes at the same distance you put into the flyer. Like if the flyer is 100 meters afar from you and you fire with the flak railgun, if you hit, it has an AoE damage and it's all done. But if you do not hit, the weapon, the shell explodes from like 95 to 105 meters from the target. No, it explodes at 95 or 105 distance compared to the flyer. So even if you don't hit him, you have a tremendous effect on the thrusters and on the winglets. That would be a good implementation. What do you think of it? Is this a good idea, or?
I don't know. One of the things, I think there's an opportunity to have many types of weapon systems, but before that ever happens, the devs need a way
To
of
balance the already existing.
numerically analyzing the weapon systems and balancing them accordingly.
Yeah.
And as part of that, to not have the largest wine fest ever known to mankind, you have to be transparent about that. Like, posting, here's the win rates of the weapon system. Here's, the damage, whatever data, etc.
Yeah.
And because of this, we've realized that railguns were doing too much damage, and we've done it accordingly. Imagine if they had that kind of supporting information in a patch.
Yeah. If you have mathematical data, you can extrapolate all your conclusions. essential for game developing. But it seems like they didn't use it very much. I mean, after the patch, they made a post about the percentage of people using ray guns, plasmas, and SMG. The fact is that it was the first day after the update, so everyone was testing the ray guns. So it wasn't fair. It wasn't giving a realistic image of the population. But then, if they're going to do it again, even if they do not post the results, they will get an idea of what they did wrong. Because at tier 10, how many people are really using ray guns now?
Well, the shell is now completed. I think it's roughly equal.
Lordball, do you want me to invite you?
Sure.
Alright. Social.
That block that way around.
Oh, wait. Just get to the menu. Social.
Okay.
Yay! I think the servers work again, or it
Equals
just
VR
me.
equals the
I
link
see
disconnected
online.
from the server.
I was online for more than one hour, so yeah. It feels like it's working again. Yeah, sometimes. Oh, just tell me when you are ready to...
I accept it, but I'm not in your platoon.
Oh. Just let me see... Yeah, I think I got a relog. Just for the fun of it.
There we go.
Give me 1 minute.
I'm probably going to do some similar patterning underneath the actual legs here, just to try and differentiate them a little bit. But for the most part,
I should have waited for the actual Steam green light event or whatever that was. I mean,
I agree.
You have to be organized to be known. I mean, you got a lot of popularity because you were an original idea based on a free-to-play game. I mean, you had the potential to make your game better, make it solid, and then Steam, I am ready. Start the flood of new players so I can make a fuck ton of money without actually making the game worse by making it pay to win, basically. Or pay to advance, whatever you want.
Right.
Because now I earn like 10,000 RP a match, maybe. If I win, if I don't get raped by 3 plasma sticks in less than 1 minute from the start, I do. But to get a tier 10 kill with 10,000 is maybe enough for one. I don't remember the exact cost, but yeah, kind of around 10,000 for a cube, for an armored one. Oh god, why don't you just exit the game? Don't make me crash while closing it. What is the reason of this?
Oh, I've already got those there. What am I doing? I have no idea. I'm just buying blocks because I can buy blocks now. Okay, so I think the pincers are done. I'm not quite happy with them. I still need to do some work to actually improve the look of them. But yeah, let's see what we can do in terms of combat with this thing now. It's a mid-tier 7, so I could probably do a lot to improve it.
SMGs. Sniper SMGs.
Okay. Get back in through this gap. No, I can't. Just pull that one out. Right, so this is what we've got in terms of internal construction. Let's reinforce these. They're kind of critical. Let's put the seat back. Always need a seat. Okay, so those are connected here. I might actually want to see if I can connect those from blocks on the side, although this may end up unbalancing the design, so let's...
Oh my god. Alright,
it reduces points of failure. Okay, and then again, although if they get damaged, pretty screwed with those anyway.
So have y'all ever maxed out the CPU at a tier? Does it just like
jump the tier bar or whatever when you
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It makes
It,
you
it,
hope you
it's
still
really
in
hard
phase.
to max out the CPU for tier 1. I guess if you just have a million lots. Because before you just robo rating boosts you over.
Yeah. I
It's just some
really
additional
am sad
reinforcement
for
there.
the new players now.
We can actually
Deathfall
connect
joined the
these
server.
through at that point.
Devastating. I mean, really, the economic patch started when I was halfway to tier 9, so I almost had everything done for me. But now, oh,
Same on these blocks here.
they are so gonna get mad. I mean,
Now,
tier
can I get
6
some
just
thrusters
set
or
a
something
range
in
of
here?
Fun, but still, if you want to get to tier 10, you're gonna suffer. Or just buy premium and fuck everything.
I mean, technically,
Yeah,
there's no
pretty
reason I wouldn't be
well.
able to.
I don't have any problems with premium. I mean, honestly, they have a right to monetize their game. It's freaking free, so
Yeah, and it doesn't cost much. I can give
I
them
mean,
that.
you're talking about a boost of increasing your progression by I don't know what it's actually about 80% effectively, but
Yeah, but this could all have been avoided if they just thought before getting into the Steam Greenlight, because if you had made a solid game, if you had created a separate server for testing, just for developers or
they have a
alpha
developer
testers.
server.
Yeah,
They do.
but why are they not working on the updates before launching them to the map?
They are. The problem is, you've got a lot. You know, the game's not uncomplex. There's a hell of a lot that actually goes into making any MMO work or successful. And quite honestly, they don't have the kind of hardware in-house where they could test on every single platform. So there's going to be a lot of things that, until you actually get into a large-scale environment with 10,000 players on it, you're not going to be able to find out if it works or not.
It is an indie game after all, you're right. But still, while asking about the mathematical or the balancing problems, they could work on them more on the developer server. But still, I understand what you're saying. It's not as easy as I thought. That's it. Still, they could have been climbing the high score Steam games for now. By now, I mean, the last patches have been adding material who wasn't, in my opinion, ready for mass testing for all the players.
Well, you know, it's... Ooh, what's happening with my stream? Oh, there we go. It's catching up, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I don't hear you anymore, man. I mean, you started talking, but now I...
Yeah, sorry, I took my thing off the button.
Can you repeat, please? It seemed interesting.
Again, it comes down to limited resources. Until you actually get lots of people playing on these maps and testing out various things, it's hard to get accurate feedback. You can do as much theoretical testing or as much in-house testing as you like, but nothing on that will prepare... Yeah, nothing in that will prepare you for how the players actually use what you do. And so the players will always come up... The players will always come up with things that you never even thought of doing.
You need testing subjects. That's the point.
Yeah, but the thing is...
You get testing pharmaceuticals. You need testing. And
you need random test groups for it as well. It's no point having a dedicated group of testers. You want random people, because often it's the inconsequential players that will come up with the weirdest ideas.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen on the server.
Hopefully. No. Oh yeah, it's finally logged in.
Message
Do you want to invite you?
Yeah, Crab's getting dead.
Oh, hello. Hello, Nanner. Welcome back. Oh, it's me that is welcome back, but still. maybe welcome back. Because sometimes I'm a bitch. And therefore, I don't know. Lord Paul, do you want me to invite you? Well, I'm inviting you. Alright.
Yep, deserved death.
Message received.
Okay, I am reading the chat, sorry about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, the crab is pretty much complete in terms
sorry.
of everything.
Stop talking.
I need to do some tweaks to it, I think, just to get the weight balance and things like that, but in terms of real development, I think we're
I've been screaming
mostly there.
too much metal lately.
So yeah, I'm going to pull this one off here and go back into the innards. So yeah, I need to do a lot of weight optimization on this thing. You can see these blocks are not really designed that well. Like structural integrity, that should be connected like that. So there's a few issues like this that need to be resolved, and yeah, you can see the corrugated roofing I've used. Ah, that block is not connected correctly.
Oh yeah. Where does it come from? Oh yeah, alright.
I can also improve weight on the
so
pillars
CPU
here.
is only capped up to tier 4. Tier 4.
Let's grab.
Yeah, tier 1's capped at 750 CPU, and it'll
Can't get two of those so well.
1250, 1500.
But yeah, mostly I'm looking for ways to pull weight from the top of the design.
Solution to the point
So
people coming to tier 1 base with
I can actually do something with. No, I can't. Okay.
That's something
I just
used
say
to do.
they cut that in half because you can make a 750 armor bot.
Yeah, but still, it's not
If that's
that fun anymore. Too bad.
Okay, that's one space where I can adjust weight.
Tank, they had like 5 layers of space.
Okay, so let's grab some more of
It
these.
was beautiful. I was like derping left
Magnus
and
phone
right
left
with
your
my
channel and
glass
switched to game room 1 on the server.
and not dying whatsoever. It was beautiful.
I don't think. Oh yeah, that one does have an actual. Can't replace that one because you can see that down below here.
Oh.
What about
I'm
this
gonna
one
drink
here?
something, guys. My voice is.
That's a
cracking
prism
right
or
now.
something. This one, nope. All of these are prisms except that one. I want to keep that as a solid block. Okay, why are these solid cubes? They shouldn't be. Okay, so that's some more weight savings I can do here. And the way I generally do that is have them all inverted. Ah, that's why that's a solid cube. Alright, so let's put that back there. What the hell? Oh, that's thrusters. But yeah, you have those inverted.
Alright, I'm back. Did something happen?
Nope.
Ah.
My crab is almost complete. That's what happened.
Woo! And what do you think of it?
It's good. It looks good. It's on my live stream at the moment.
Oh, link! Give me a link! Give me a link! I wanna pass some time.
Okay, hold on. I will send you a link. The stream quality is a little bit crappy at the moment, but hold on a sec.
It doesn't matter. All that matters is the quality of the stream, not the resolution.
Message sent.
No, I know. I had my hoverblades encased into the sniper, so they had minimum protection. Now, I kind of I kind of put them on the outside. I'm way more stable, but I don't know.
Okay, let's try some more battles with this thing.
It would be nice to waste some more.
So, any tips for tier 4 or 5 players? Well, tier 4 or 5 has changed a lot
separated from the armament.
in
Because the armament gets shut off pretty easily on the sides.
since I've really played in those, but really
Phone switched channel
it's
to
learned,
AFK.
don't be afraid of using all your CPU.
Phone disconnected from
but
the server.
the biggest key is guns. Lots of redundancy, lots of guns. The sooner you learn about those kinds of things, the better your bots will be. So, just because you only need 6 guns to get maximum rate of fire, that's not a reason for you to only ever have 6 guns. You should always have extra ones on there. So, generally you want to have about 8 to 10 at minimum on any design, unless you're using railguns, of course. Yeah. This is where I have people just following me around just to see my crab.
So you could be a radar dot, and because
there we go.
Passive camouflage doesn't stop a radar from pinging.
Oh,
I actually need to put a radar on my crab.
Bastard,
I think that's what's
like
missing.
3 jammers and the cloaking device, and just jerking people around, just getting behind them.
It's not a very well armoured crab, I admit. Needs some work on that front.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the role, although I didn't play well with
And
much, but with,
taking out that front hover blade has kind of screwed up my stability.
So invisible often at times. Being able to sneak around and pop people.
I may have to see if I can actually try putting some helium on this to help out with stability sides of things.
I was good. I was very good.
Or different plasma cannons, maybe.
I mean, I had.
Although they won't help out stability wise, they'll just help out for other reasons.
That was how much I was stealthy, so yeah. It had like 100 camouflage, 100 of pretty much everything.
Onward to glory.
I got reported for hacking like 3 times in 1 month because there was people of a clan who was just raging on me for most of the time. And
Come on.
Just
stabilize.
refusing to accept the fact that I was.
Let's get on the. There we go.
That I had,
get low enough down so that I can actually use the legs.
Over them,
Here we go.
they just went right through them. Still, I had my fun until the last bit. They kind of killed the game after 1 year from its release. I mean,
And time to die. We dead.
They were implemented in the wrong way. And it's kind of sad. Because they were effective in both the game and reality. It would have been a shame.
Let's have a quick look through. No, our team lost. Probably because of my really bad design.
Def all 8 switched channel to poolside on the server.
Alright, so what can we do to actually improve this thing? I'm going to... These are, what, tier 7 plasmas? I might be able to fit some higher tier plasmas on here. Got some tier 8s.
Right?
Hold on. What?
Holy shit, this thing is fast, man. It's even faster than before. I love it.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
I like to play music.
Certainly lines.
music, aren't you?
Like loud.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to have to end my live stream here. But thank you for watching. This is pretty much the completed crab. So, yeah, it's there's probably going to be a few more tweaks that I need to do to get it really combat capable, but so far I'm happy with the design. And yeah, we'll see you next time when I next do a live stream.
They are CAGNELL0 in your channel. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen timed out from the server.
many people are watching?